O sea, bueno, pues... Mierda, mierda, mierda. Vale. Perfecto. Ya la 10. Vale.
Is everyone all right?
Yeah, but Almeidrea got away. Linwell, are you...
What the hell happened here?
Bayfon, is that you? Thank goodness you're okay.
I've been outside the city this whole time, but I sensed a disturbance in the wind and decided to turn back. What happened here? Where is everybody?
Almeidrea's handiwork. She allowed herself to be captured so she could rile up the Danans into a frenzy and rob them of their astral energy. She wiped out almost everyone in the plaza, including Deadheim.
Deadheim's dead. Everyone. And the Darkwings. Almost all of our companions in the Resistance. How could this happen?
Regardless of what she had to gain, what kind of person would do something like that?
If she managed to find kinship in Kelzelik, then I'd say the very worst kind. It's clear now that she used Menancia as a testing ground for the fruits of Helgen, before using them here.
So everything that led up to this moment was all a part of her plan.
Once she knew they'd eaten enough tainted food, she just needed to get herself caught.
We have to go after her. Balseth and Ganabel were horrible, but Almeidrea makes them look like saints. I doubt she's really gone back into hiding. We have to put an end to this.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I saw what hatred did to those people, but hating her is the only thing that's kept me going. What am I supposed to do? Tell me. Smile at her from across the battlefield? Apologize while we fight her?
No. Es que yo creo que lo es.
Nobody can understand what you've been through. We can't even begin to imagine the pain you've experienced. But if hate is what has kept you going ever since that day, then let it be your strength. However, think about this. When you've had your revenge, when we've beat...
Huh?
I'm saying you're going to have to find a way to survive once that hatred is gone. When it is, what do you plan on doing then?
I don't...
Almeidrea's death doesn't have to be your end too. You need a reason to live, Rinwell, not an excuse to die. Understand?
She's right. We could never truly know the pain that Almeidrea... But I think you should listen to Shion. Give yourself time to consider things. And if it's too much right now, it's okay for you to sit this one out.
No. My head might be a mess right now, but I'm not letting you fight Almeidrea without me. That much I do know. I'm going with you. And on the road, I'll think about it.
That said, it'll be no good chasing after her. Bayfon, do you have any idea?
I can't say for sure, but west of here is an underground harbor. She spent years building a ship there. A floating fortress that she called her castle on the sea. No one quite knew why she wanted.
Of course. She's already effectively destroyed her own capital. It's likely she planned to abandon her...
Right. That's as good a lead.
Y con eso se convertiría en la reina todopoderosa. ¿Esto qué es? Ah, este es lo, vale. Lanza demonio, bueno, mira, a ver. Claro, es que estos son molan más, ¿no? O sea... Venga, pues este.
What's that woman going to do next?
Nothing good, I'll bet.
We'll stop it this time.
Vale, aquí. Bueno, vale esto.
I still can't believe what that Almeidrea did.
It's patently clear she has no respect.
We need to take her out. I don't think I've ever felt so enraged at another...
Yeah!
Then we head for the underground docks.
Vale, esa es la profundidad.
Hurry.
Claro,
Rinwell,
supongo.
can you keep moving?
Porque tenemos prácticamente... O sea, fijaos que la última persona que se ha unido es prácticamente la persona... Las dos personas últimas que se han unido, la profundidad del personaje ya se ha dado.
We spent all of our days just living in hiding until one day when we were
Luego,
found
claro,
and attacked.
más o menos sus motivaciones
I was the
también
only
desde el
one my
principio
dad
nos
and the
las dieron.
others hid.
Pero claro, Ringwell
That's
nada.
the reason I survived,
Mm,
while the rest of my family was butchered. The
Sion,
only thing that I could see
Sion
was the
tampoco.
crest of a lord glowing through the smoke. And then...
It was Almeidrea who did it. I'm sorry, Rinwell.
Por eso se fijaba. Vale, es un detalle...
Did she really find the existence of Danon mages to be that much of a threat?
Enough to invade another lord's territory? No, I doubt that. Most likely, she was after their knowledge and techniques. She only did it so she could become stronger. That's the kind of woman she is.
In
Pero si no la
retrospect,
conocías.
I do remember her making it sound like she created that monster she summoned.
A monster. I wonder, do you all think of me as a monster? Because I'm able to use magic even though I'm Danon?
Uy, casi me pincho, ¿eh?
Rinwell.
Of course we don't think you're a monster, you dummy.
Huh?
I might have had to hold you back, but it's her fault any of this ever happened, not yours. Got it?
Law.
Vale, ¿hay más? No, no tiene pinta de que haya más. Vale, tengo que esperar a que se desconecte el sensor. Bueno, va da igual. A ver, las artes. Yo no tengo ninguna nueva arte, de todas maneras. Este arte, que es que este arte ni lo voy a utilizar, o sea. Por cierto, ahora que lo pienso. No hay nada, así que... Esas misiones secundarias tan raras que tengo justamente... En fin, a ver. Me queda poquito ya de tiempo, ¿eh? Bueno, pues han sobrevivido bastantes, ¿eh? Para ser tan mala gente... Este no creo que me vaya a dar nada, ¿no? Pero, ¿y qué quieres que haga, payaso? Resuelve, o sea... Bueno, total, como ya teóricamente... Vale, muy escondido, vale, ya lo tengo. Entonces es este... No, no es este sitio. Aquí. Esto de que no tenga el tic de has fabricado esto, no has fabricado lo otro, no has fabricado esto, no has fabricado lo otro, me toca un poquito en Napolini, ¿eh? A ver. Voy a seguir guardando, pero... se ha quedado pillado. Es que, tío, es que es súper caro ya, ¿eh? Es insufrible esto, o sea, es que no es imposible. A ver. Vale, esto es imposible. Pero claro, es que todavía tengo 2 cosas que comprar. ¿Los vendo o no los vendo? Yo los voy a vender. Vale, pues ahora voy a vender los que no. Vale, pues ya está. A ver, este aquí lo vendo. Este aquí también lo vendo, este no. Vale. Vamos, crear accesorio. A ver, esto ya se tendría que... Sí, ya se ha parado, perfecto. Ay, a ver... Vale. Nada, no hay... Ay, mira aquí. Objetos, más objetos raros ese. Pero es que es un poco chustrilla. Porque estos son más... más objetos raros ese también, o sea... Eso también es un indicador de que todavía, teóricamente, todavía le queda mucho al juego. Porque, bueno...
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
No sé, a mí esto es que teóricamente me queda menos de la mitad del juego, ¿no?
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. It looks operational.
Sí, ahora funciona misteriosamente, ¿eh? Antes no. Ese es un barco. Es un yate.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Dannings. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they
Ahora
have
como
to
me
share
den un
about Almeidrea.
trajecito que ya que he comprado. Hombre, pero si es daniano campeón. ¿Qué quieres que te dé? ¿Los buenos días? Esto es un yate. Esto es un yate de toda la vida. Qué raro que no haya un búho, ¿eh? No sé, bueno, venga, vamos. Para eso estamos aquí.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn!
You guys trying to go after her?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship around.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Ya podría ser esto nuestra base, pero este no tiene carisma ninguna, ¿eh?
Just give me a holler when you're all set, and we'll set sail.
Uf, madre mía, vaya juego de palabras, bueno, juego de letras malísimo. Hombre, vamos a zarpar, no tengo mucho más que hacer aquí. Esto es un... madre mía. Esto de lo de los trails siempre me ha encantado. Siempre rozan entre el futurismo brutal y...
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before.
Pero no decías que habías estado en barcos.
Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Dannons on?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Dannons on. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all...
Vale, que podemos investigar un poquito. Tu grupo está desintegrado. Tu grupo está desintegrado, qué mal. ¿Qué le vamos a hacer? Esta está a punto de potar. ¿Qué ha pasado? Vamos, Ringo, a ver qué dices.
Do you think Law...
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered...
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I'm...
I know. You're talking about Almeidrea.
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen.
Hombre, claro,
I
yo
can't
creo que lo más
stop
normal del
hating
mundo.
her, but it's not just her. I think about the way I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Dannons backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadeye. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate...
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well... I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him. And I think...
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay?
Okay. Say, back then, after the fight... But, I guess... I just can't seem to understand...
Shion's...
Es rara.
She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk...
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels. Not being able to hold another person's hand.
Hombre, es una guarrada no poder dar un abrazo a nadie. Bueno, vamos a ver qué dice Sion, Sofía para los amigos.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidrea's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cislodia. The lush green glade, but Menancia has its lake of death. And Nias, its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Que se matarán entre todos.
I want to believe... It's insane. For all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah.
No.
I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least...
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race, so... I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have, Jake. You know, I've never actually touched another person
Tío,
like this.
me he perdido. Coge la mano.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Solo un besito, anda.
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renaissance, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing.
Que se muere.
You're right, though. It'll all be over soon.
Que se muere. Que seguro que se muere. Algo
I never
así,
could
tío.
have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alvin.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Qué poco tacto. Tenías que haber dado un beso melón. Esto no puede ser, ¿eh? Vamos a ver qué tiene que decir
I
este.
took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't...
Thanks.
You know...
When we tore down the...
Yeah, I bet my old man...
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. Sometimes I...
Que
but
sí,
no matter
que
how much I
resucitará de
play
alguna
back,
manera, yo que sé, o
I'm
algo así,
still
¿no?
no closer to finding any... And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidrea, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just... I feel like such a...
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he... Like, I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped.
And that's exactly what you did, Law.
Alvin.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against.
Sounds like a
Que
deal.
si a Zephyr este lo conocisteis 2 días. Es que es acojonante, tío.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes.
What can you tell me about...
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times. After...
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know?
It's safe to assume they know everything. Though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition, and to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger
Después el
quantities
señor
than
que
through
hace.
slave labor.
Lo matan.
Doing so kills off that labor force up. No one could have foreseen that something like the hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important?
Que era el
Of course.
vaciado.
It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least.
It's reassuring.
I worry that the only reason I
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past,
You think too highly of...
if that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Or
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in my...
what Deadheim did to that city? He didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of...
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danon versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think...
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough.
Are you... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while.
Me he perdido. ¿Qué es esto del vaciado, tío? A ver.